tell me the meaning of audit. What does auditing mean actually? If somebody can just come up and give you a name.
Sir, hello, sir. I'm
Yes, yes.
audible. Sir, audit is the independent
Yes, yes, my
examination.
dear. You're audible.
Yes, sir. Sir, audit is the independent
Independent.
examination of
Yes.
financial statements of a company or a firm, which whether it shows a true and fair view of a business or not.
Okay. Okay, fine. Any other suggestions, students? Any other? If somebody can add to what Niloy has said. Okay, before I proceed, let you may write down the part which I'll be doing. It's section B. I'll be taking care of branch and joint audit, depreciation, divisible profit, and dividend. I repeat, 5B. Yes, half of it will be taken care of by MNR, sir. The first part, if you see the syllabus, that qualification, disqualification, appointment, rotation, all those things will be taken care by MNR, sir. And then the rest part, the later part, branch and joint audit, depreciation, divisible profit, and dividend. This is the part I'll be taking care of. Okay, I hope I'm clear. Yes, if any one of you can add to what Niloy has said. He said auditing is the examination of the books of examination of the financial books of accounts so that they reflect a true and fair view. Any more suggestions? Any more suggestions so far as the auditing is concerned? If you have something in your mind, you may clear it up, students. Okay. Then, these days they say auditing and the subject itself, they say auditing and assurance. Why do you think that this assurance has been added? I'll clear it off, my dear students. No problem, no worries. Why auditing? Why do they say auditing and assurance? It was well itself auditing. Why the hell have they added this word, assurance? Can anybody put some light on assurance? Why it has been added? If
Sir,
somebody can say.
sir,
Yes, yes, Kaveri.
it assures the accuracy of the financial statements that are provided by the organization.
So to prevent tax evasion,
Prevent the tax evasion. Okay, okay. Any other
And
suggestions?
to assure the stakeholders that they could invest in that company because that is authentic now.
Okay, fine, fine. Any other suggestions? Any other suggestions?
so to
Any
maintain
other suggestions?
transparency,
Transparency maintained is was already there, my dear. With auditing, it was already there. With assurance, uh, you know. Okay, okay, fine. Okay, fine. Any other suggestion if someone can add? I'm looking for something else. No, let me tell you, already two classes you have done. You have an idea of auditing. Very good. I do agree with you. But let me tell you a few simple, straight cut ways of understanding auditing. We can understand auditing in a very simple manner. It's my way. I tell my children, okay, I don't use very big words or big phrases, just from a layman point of view, auditing. I'm telling you, it's not that I'm underestimating you. Let me clear it out. There is auditing, there is assurance. You must find a link between auditing and assurance, so that then the picture becomes clear in your mind. As really somebody pointed out, auditing. Now, why auditing? Can anybody tell me why auditing has been introduced? Why this subject has been introduced?
So to
Any
cross,
answers? Like why? Yes,
so to cross
Neha.
check
Yes.
accuracy of the financial accounts.
Cross check or check, whatever. Yes, fine. Any other suggestions? Komal, I think, wants to speak.
so
Komal,
that
your
profits
audio
are
is.
not manipulated.
Okay. In other words, investors are secured, right? Very good, very good. What else? Okay, let me tell you, students. Just I want to give you a brush up on what the auditing look like and what it is all about. I won't be starting with this chapter today. Now, the business can be divided from three point of view, ownership point of view. One is sole proprietorship, partnership, and company. Now, sole proprietorship, it is his own business, so he takes care. He knows that if I take a wrong decision, I'll go to hell. It means my business will be, need to pull down my shutters. So he's very careful. If he's the winner, he is the winner. He is the loser, he is the loser. So nobody else is there to think about him. Forget about sole proprietorship. Second comes partnership. If it is partnership, all the partners take decision, all the partners are liable and things and the like. But the problem of partnership is that you cannot get a very good amount of capital. Say I want some 50,000 crores of rupees. So partnership may not be helpful for me. So, in any ways, there is an act called Indian Partnership Act 1932, so that will take care about the partnership. Next comes the most important, or this is the target hit which we want to make. The company form of business. What is the feature of the company? Main feature which we want to hit, that in company form of business, the board of directors are the people who are running the company. They are not the owners actually. See, if you are the owner, you take care about the things in a different manner, and if you are not the owner, if you are staying in a rented house, what happens is that if some parts of the house goes down, maybe the tap is leaking, or there is some issue with the doors and something like that, you are not bothered to mend it, because one day I have to leave it and find out another house. The owner will think, the landlord will think about it. But if it is your own house, even the slightest part of the problem which you are facing, you try to mend it. Why? Because you know well that if this problem persists, then the ultimate loser is me, because this is my house. Same goes for the board of directors. The board of directors are the hired people. These are the nominated or the recommended people by the shareholders who live across the country. So there is always a kind of doubt in the mind of the shareholders or the society and government at large, that these fellows who are the nominated heads are recommended people, they are not taking care of the company well. Although it's not always true that many board of directors, I mean to say, these so-called directors are very good and they run the company to the best possible manner. But in spite of that, it is a human tendency that people start shooting arrows to them, that, okay, you have not done the right thing. Why have you done like this? If such thing happens, company will go into liquidation. Why the profit is not distributed? Why the asset is not sold? Things like that. There are many questions. That is why auditing has been introduced. Now, if you consider auditing, actually auditing has two viewpoints. One is we call the traditional view of auditing, and the second one we call the modern view, or you can say the refined version of auditing. Now, earlier, what used to happen? We used to call that ticking the total. So there is some person who will come to your organization. He will tick the total of the books of accounts and say whether it is right or wrong. So as rightly some of your friend pointed out, it is an examination of the books of accounts so that it reflects a true and fair view of the state of affairs of the business. Very good. So it was there. So somebody has to come and see whether, because you prepare and you say it is right, nobody will believe it. So these days, remember, the modern version is that auditing, two parts is there. One is internal audit and the other one is called external audit. Now, who are the internal auditors? Internal auditors, or you can see the people who will check the internal part, they are the real employees of the organization. I'll give you one small example. Say you go to big bazaar to buy say a trouser or a shirt. So you pick up any trouser or shirt and you stand in the queue or in front of the cashier. You go to that cashier with the help of some machine. There is a tick sound with the for the barcode, and the receipt comes out, or you can say the bill comes out, and then you pay the money and you start walking towards the exit side. So as soon as you reach the exit side, there is one security person. He tries to matches the amount and the price which is written on your trouser, as well as the quantity which you have purchased. So there is a checking. Remember, students, there is a checking. that some person has taken money and the stock is going out, so you are checking your stock. So this is called internal audit. Again, at the end of the day, when you come back home, when the shutters are down, so all these fellows who were there on the counter taking the cash, they have a head cashier. So head cashier again comes and counts the money and try to tallies the amount of cash which is there inside the box, as well as the debit and the credit card machines. And once it tallies, it means they say that okay, the things are going. This is called internal audit. You will do it in detail. You have a chapter result. Just an overview I'm talking about. So you are prepared internally whether my things are going. You yourself is checking. Then the comes the next part of the story, that at the end of the year, or maybe after every 6 months, quarterly or whatever, you call some external people who are the so-called experts in their accounts and the finance field. Say for example, you call a chartered accountant. You understand, students, some of you are doing chartered accountant courses. So difficult exams, and how much you have to study, I don't need to say anything. So they are qualified people. They have a seal, they have a signature, they have a registration number. So they come to your organization, they see the total and tell you that this thing is right, this thing is wrong, why such things are there, where is the voucher, where is the asset, I want to say it, things. It goes on, it goes on. So after that, they write down in their audit report that okay, your company has a true and fair view of the books of accounts. So whatever you have done, and if there is something wrong, they will also write out. And God forbid, if something is wrong, that particular report will be read by the shareholders as well as the outside people. So the name of your company will be at stake if the auditor writes something wrong in the audit report. So you will try to make so this is called external auditor. The people who are qualified chartered accountants, or people of very I mean to say, who have knowledge, they can come and check. But if it is a government auditor, there is an exam called controller and auditor general of CAG, exam of the central government. You have to pass out that exam, which is a very tough exam, and it is a very lucrative job also. So those government auditors will audit the government companies. But say you are a small company, you cannot hire those government auditors, or they will be very reluctant to do audit to you. Like, our college is audited by the government auditors. Okay, so since it's a government college, so they will also come and see the proceedings of the college, what is right and what is wrong, how much of grant is received, where the I mean to say, the fees which you pay to the government, where it has been utilized, and things and the like. Okay, so these are the things which happens. Now this part, which till now, which I was saying, this is called traditional view of auditing, or the very first part of auditing. There, assurance was not there. So what is the meaning of assurance? Assurance means that you are giving assurance, you are giving belief, you are giving responsibility, you are giving extra belief that no, it is right. And I say it is right, you say okay, right. I say no, it is right. So that is assurance. That is the kind of confidence is being given. How? When you improve the qualitative aspect of the business. This is the term I was looking for, my dear. That if you increase the qualitative aspect of the books of account, then you are giving actually assurance that the thing which is going on is right, and it will continue to be in a better manner in the due course of business. I'll give you one example. I think the picture won't be clear until given. Say for example, you are following a straight line method of depreciation. So there is one auditor who comes to your organ, the same auditor. You don't find another auditor for the assurance part. That comes and he says that okay, since you are following a straight line method, it's fine. But if you follow WDV method, your profit will be better, your things will be better, and you can pay a better dividend and things, and more, and many other things which they point out. So they tell you, not only they say whether it is right or wrong, they say what should be right and what are the actions which are taken by you in the long run, whether it will be very good for your organization also. This is called the assurance part. This is called the qualitative improvement of the books of accounts, or the qualitative improvement of the very aspect of the business. Not only this, these days the auditors also gives I mean to say, suggestions as to how the organization will run, how the management will be taken care of, how you can give the maximum amount of tax to the government. Somebody was talking about taxes. Okay, so those are the things are taken care of these days with the help of. That is why we say now that not only auditing, we say auditing and assurance. And not only that, whether you are following the standards issued by the government, like Companies Act and auditing and assurance standards, which are there, we'll refer to it also from time to time. So those things are followed in the right manner also, because if a person is an escapist, he will try to escape. So you must have a cap on that person, that the person does not escape. So those things, when it is, I mean to say, this assurance is a refined version of auditing, the better version, a very nice version of auditing. That is why we say these days that it is not auditing only, it is auditing and assurance. हम सिर्फ बताते नहीं हैं आपको कि ये सही है या गलत, हम भरोसा देते हैं आपको कि ये सही है और यही सही है, और इससे बेहतर और कुछ नहीं हो सकता. So that is what the auditing and assurance standard these days they are talking about. I hope the concept is clear to you, students. Okay. The next day, my dear students, I'll be starting a chapter which I have told you right now. Those branch audit and all those things I'll be taking care of. Okay. So now I'll give you the attendance link in your Google Classroom so that you can give your attendance. If you have any problems, anything as to what I was speaking, you are most welcome to ask me. Or if you have any confusions, the more you, I mean to say, sort out your confusions in the early part, it is better. Can somebody confirm me and say whether the Google Form link is visible in your classroom or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you have any problems, students, anything, you may ask. I will do in detail. No worries. Maybe this time I'll be giving you some notes, standard notes also, so that you can refer to it. It will be easier for me. Maybe I'll be sharing your screen and then explaining you. These days it is required. Business ethics was something different, a tick mark. Okay, so we can understand and overcome that. But this time it needs a strong understanding. Otherwise, things may not be very feasible in the later part of your career. If you don't have any problem, students, I'll be signing off now. Thank you so much for your patient hearing. Have a very good day ahead. Bye bye.
Prima, then
Sir, 468.
470. Clearly poor. Sir, 422 কথাকলিতে।
কথাগুলি দিয়ে পেয়েছি।
Sir,
তারপর
425. Sir, 420.
425
Kushikant.
Sir, 475, Prakash Kumar Sardar.
Yes, Prakash, then
472.
Sir,
4,
468.
68 Piali Paul. Then,
Yes, sir.
Sir, 470 Poornima De.
yes, Paulima. Then, now from 71 to 85.
Sir, 481 Preeti Adhikari.
Yes, Preeti. Then,
Sir, 483 Priya Agarwal.
Prabir. Then,
470.
424 Prakash Kumar Jha.
474 Prakash Jha. Then,
Sir, 473 Pragya Ranjan.
yes, Pragya. Then, 76 to 80. Yes, Priya. Then,
So 485 Priyanshu Das.
485 Priyanshu Das.
Sir, 484 Priya Vishwa.
Yes, Priya. Then,
So 485 Priyanshu Das.
485 Priyanshu Das.
Sir, 484 Priya Vishwas.
Priya Vishwas. Agarwala and Agarwal. What is the difference? Priya, tell me. Priya Agarwala. Some title Agarwala, some title Agarwal. What is the difference?
So there is no difference.
Okay, spelling problem. Fine, beautiful. Now we are now moved to the fifth semester class, the third year class. You know the senior student of the college. Okay. Now write the name of the author. Which author you have to follow? Number one, write Taxation 2 by C.H. Sengupta. Taxation 2 by C.H. Sengupta. মধুশ্রী পাল লেফট করে গেছে, অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স হয়ে গেছে, চলে গেছে, চলে যাও সবাই, তাহলে আমার ক্লাসটা নিতে হবে না, রেস্ট নেবো বাড়িতে, কাজকর্ম টিভি দেখবো। Now number one is Taxation 2 by C.H. Sengupta. Number two by Dr. S.K. Roy, RX officer in charge, Dr. S.K. Roy. And third is right V.K. Singhania, V.K. Singhania. Although the third one book, little bit standard book, no, almost not suitable for the BCom student, but it is very helpful for the CA, ICWA, company secretary, MBA, MCom. Although you can study here, laws are given very sweet, very detailed. So first chapter, right, assessment of individuals. Assessment of individuals. Then write computation of total income and tax payable. Computation of total income and tax payable. Then below prepare a table, right hand side one amount column. Prepare a table full page, right hand side one amount column. So heading is computation of total income and tax payable. Tax payable by an individual. Computation of total income and tax payable by an individual. Now prepare a table, right hand side one amount column. In the table that number one, income from salary. Outer column star mark. When you have to solve the problem, you have to put the amount figure 2 lakh, 5 lakh, 7 lakh, whatever may be. So number one, income from salary, outer column, put some star mark. Then number two, income from house property. Put star mark. Then number three, income from profit and gains of business or profession. Again outer column star mark. Number four, income from capital gain. Within bracket write short term. We know capital gain are two types, long term and short term, but just now we have to consider only short term. So outer column star mark. Then number five, income from other sources. Within bracket excluding gambling income. That is lottery income. That is জুয়ো খেলা যেগুলো income বলে. So income of other source excluding gambling income. Outer column star mark. Then outer column draw line, calculate the total of all the five items. Total also star mark. This total name write gross total income. Within bracket excluding long term capital gain. And gambling income. Then the less deduction. Less number six. First write number six, then less deduction from gross total income. Point number six, write less deduction from gross total income under section 80. Again outer column star mark. Then draw line outer column, the result also star mark. This result write point number 7. Total income within bracket excluding long-term capital gain and gambling income. No, 7. Then number 8, add income from long-term capital gain. Point number 8, add income from long-term capital gain. Outer column star mark. The number 9, add income from gambling. That is lottery, etc. Again outer column star mark. In outer column draw line total. This total also star mark. For this total write point number 10. Point number 10. Write total income within bracket including long-term capital gain and gambling income.
Sir,
Outer
please
column
repeat.
closed. Point number 10.
Yes,
Outer
sir.
column result. After adding point number 7, 8 and 9. Then total, outer column draw line and total. This total is called number 10. Point number 10. Total income within bracket including long-term capital gain and gambling income. Okay, what is the reason behind this process? Check it. Suppose an example to you. Suppose your salary income 50,000 and long-term capital gain is 1 lakh. and 80C deduction is 60,000. 80C applicable for what? Pratik, tell me. 80C deduction applicable for what?
So life insurance premium.
প্রভিডেন্ট ফান্ড এটসেট্রা একদম ঠিক বলেছে। তাহলে মনে করো কোনো একটা লোকের স্যালারি ইনকাম 50,000, লং টার্ম ক্যাপিটাল গেইন 1 লাখ, টোটাল ইনকাম হাউ মাচ? টেল মি কোমল। হ্যালো কোমল। টেল মি প্রিয়া। Student who don't like to respond, please leave from my class. I don't like this type of student. যারা কথা বলতে পারে না, বেরিয়ে যাও ক্লাস থেকে। জিজ্ঞেস করলে রেসপন্স করে না, যেন ভূতেদের পড়াচ্ছি। হ্যালো কোমল, লিভ দ্য ক্লাস।
Sir, I don't know.
This one is response. Whether you know or not, this you can respond. Tell me কথা বলি।
Sir, 1,50,000.
1,50,000 এটাও ডোন্ট নো বলে দিচ্ছে। কি পড়াশোনা করো? থার্ড ইয়ার পড়ো? ইউ আর নট সো গুড ফর দ্য গোয়েঙ্কা কলেজ অফ স্টুডেন্ট। গোয়েঙ্কা কলেজে পড়ে জিজ্ঞেস করলে বলতে পারেন, বোকার মতো বসে থাকে। The student who don't like to respond me, please leave the class. I don't like this type of students. চুপ করে বসে থাকে। Tell me Kohli, salary income 50,000, long term capital gain 1 lakh, total how much? কথাগুলি বলো।
Sir, 1,50,000.
50,000. Now 80C deduction is 60,000. Suppose 80C LIC Provident Fund 60,000. Now my question, whether 60,000 will be deducted from the total income 1,50,000? Yes or not? Kaveri, tell me.
Yes, sir.
Then after deducting 60,000, how much your answer?
Sir, let me check. Sir, 90,000.
90,000. So 90,000 total. Is it right answer? Kriti Rani, tell me. No, this is not the right answer. Actually, what happened? For long-term capital gain and gambling income, no 80 deduction is applicable. From 1,50,000, from my example, if you deduct 60,000, it means 50,000 deduct from salary income and 10,000 deduct from long-term capital gain. But remember, long-term capital gain and gambling income, that is lottery, income from horse race, for this long-term capital gain and gambling income, no 80 deduction is applicable. It means, from my example, you can get 80 deduction. How much? Only 50,000. You can't deduct 60,000. Understand, Kaveri?
Yes, sir.
Because of that, check it my solution in the table. For salary, house body, income from capital, in the profit and gains, and capital gain only short term, not long term. Then other source, excluding gambling, total. Then check it 80, so many 80 deductions we discussed in our previous semester. 80C, 80D, 80DD, 80DDB, 80G, so many things are there. So many 80 deduction deduct. After that, you can add long-term capital gain and gambling income. এগুলো বইতে সব আছে, বইতে ঠিক লেখে না। এই জন্য ক্লাস করার দরকার। ছেলেমেয়েরা তো পণ্ডিত ভাবে নিজেকে। ক্লাস ছেড়ে বেরিয়ে চলে যাচ্ছে। আমরা জীবনে কোনোদিন ক্লাস, স্যারেরা ক্লাস করাচ্ছি, ক্লাস ছেড়ে বেরিয়ে যাচ্ছে। পণ্ডিত না সব। আর আমাকে কোশ্চেন করতে দিত, দেখতো কেমন কত নম্বর পাওয়া দেখিয়ে দিতাম আমি। অসব বাঁদর ছেলেমেয়েরা গোয়েঙ্কা কলেজে অ্যাডমিশন নাই। Okay, so check in my table, which I am going to discuss. Number 1, salary income, house body, income from profit and gains of business profession. Number 4, income not long term, only short term. Then other source, excluding the gambling income. Then calculate total. Then deduct under section 80. So many 80 deductions are there. After deducting 80, the answer is total income, excluding long-term capital gain and gambling. Now you can add long-term capital gain and gambling income. For these two income, no 80 deduction is applicable. After deducting 80 deduction, you can add long-term capital gain and gambling. Then total is called including long-term capital gain and gambling. This is point number 10. Then outer column close. Then on that total income, we have to calculate tax. Write point number 11 in your table. Point number 11. The tax on total income. আরে জানলে বলবে, না হলে বলবে স্যার আই ফরগেট, আই জাস্ট নাও আই রিমেম্বার, রেসপন্স উইথ মি। তাহলে মনে হয় ভূতেদের পড়াচ্ছি, মনে হয় ভূতরা সব বসে আছি। নাম্বার 11, ট্যাক্স অন টোটাল ইনকাম। Tax on total income within bracket excluding long term capital gain and gambling income. Bracket close. But on point number 7, on 7 within circle 7, that is on point number 11, we have to calculate tax on total income on point number 7. Which one is available in point number 7? Which one is there in our table?
Total income excluding long-term capital gain and
Correct.
gambling
So
income.
on that point number 7, total income excluding long-term capital gain and gambling income, we have to calculate tax. We have to discuss how to calculate tax later. But first you have to calculate tax on point number 7, which is calculated in point number 11. Then on number 12, right, 12, add tax on long-term capital gain. Tax on long-term capital gain. Within bracket, 20% on point number 8. Within bracket, 20% on point number 8. Which one is given in your table? Point number 8. Prapti, tell me. Point number 8 কি আছে? দেখো কথা বলতে পারে না বোবা মেয়ে। প্রীতি অধিকারী, tell me. Prapti left from my class. Tell me, Priti.
Sir, income from long-term capital gain.
Capital gain. On long-term capital gain, the straightaway tax rate is 20%. This is given by the law. So tax on long-term capital gain 20% on point number 8. Then write number 13. Number 13, add tax on gambling income. Tax on gambling income within bracket at 30% on point number 9. 30% of point number 9. Again outer column star mark. Point number 9 এ কি আছে? পৌলিমা বলবে।
Sir, add income from gambling income.
Income from gambling.
Gambling.
Okay. That is in point 13, we have to calculate tax on gambling income, which is rate is 30%. So 30% of point number 9. Again outer column star mark, then total calculate. The outer column 3 figures are there. This total, write point number 14, total tax. For point number 14, write total tax. Then write number 15. Less tax rebate. Less tax rebate under section 87A. 87A, A capital A, no bracket. 87 passe A. Within bracket, if total income, point number 10, if total income, point number 10, is up to rupees 5 lakhs, bracket close, and again within bracket, maximum 12,500. Then outer column star mark. What is the meaning of this 87 rebate under section 87A? That if your total income of any person is rupees 5 lakhs or less, up to rupees 5 lakhs means either 5 lakhs or less, then under 87A some rebate is there, tax rebate. And the maximum tax rebate is 12,500. So outer column star mark, then outer column draw line. Again the result is star mark. This result is right point number 16. Tax after rebate. Tax after rebate. And number 17. Add surcharge. Add surcharge. SUR surcharge. Point number 17. Add surcharge. within bracket if total income, point number 10, total income 10 সার্কেল করো।
হ্যালো স্যার,
বলো।
স্যার 17 নাম্বারটা একটু বলবেন স্যার।
হ্যাঁ, নাম্বার 17 দিয়ে লিখো অ্যাড, ADD অ্যাড মানে অ্যাড করব। 17 অ্যাড সারচার্জ, SUR সারচার্জ, একটাই ওয়ার্ড সারচার্জ, CHRG within bracket if total income, পয়েন্ট নাম্বার 10, পয়েন্ট কতটা লিখতে হবে না, 10 লিখে সার্কেল করবে। আমি টোটাল ইনকাম বলতে পয়েন্ট নাম্বার 10 এ যে টোটাল ইনকাম আছে সেটাকে মিন করছি। সো সারচার্জ within bracket if total income, point number 10, more than rupees 50 lakhs, bracket close. Again another bracket, that percentage on point number 16, percentage sign down, percentage on 16. So surcharge কখন অ্যাপ্লাই হবে? When surcharge applicable? Komal, tell me. When surcharge applicable?
Sir, when total income is more than 50 lakhs.
So if the total income is more than 50 lakh, it means if the total income is up to 50 lakh, then there will be no effect of surcharge. Okay, the result will be within bracket, we have to discuss later, some percentage, we have to discuss later, percentage on point number 16. 16 এ কি আছে জানকি? জানো কি না জানকি কোনটা?
Sir, জানো কি? Sir, total tax after rebate.
কে কথা বললো?
Sir, আমি জানো কি?
খুব ভালো মেয়ে। আচ্ছা, তাহলে উইদিন ব্র্যাকেট লিখো পার্সেন্টেজ অন 16,
जो लिखा है यहाँ पे बोलिए।
দেন আউটার কলাম ফিগার স্টার মার্ক দিয়ে দাও, অঙ্ক করলে ফিগার বসাবো। আউটার কলাম স্টার মার্ক, দেন টোটাল, টোটালটাও স্টার মার্ক দাও। এটার নাম দাও পয়েন্ট নাম্বার 18, ট্যাক্স আফটার সারচার্জ।
ऐसा भी होता है, मतलब ऐसा लिखा जाता है अलग से टैक्स आफ्टर
सारचार्ज,
ऐसे लिखा जाता है टैक्स आफ्टर सरचार्ज, टैक्स आफ्टर।
then write number 19, place marginal tax relief,
क्योंकि टैक्स आफ्टर
place marginal tax relief,
मार्जिनल
RELIEF,
मार्जिनल
within bracket if any. Again outer column star mark, then outer column draw line, calculate the difference, the result put star mark. This result write point number 20, tax after marginal relief, tax after marginal relief. Then point number 21, write 21 add
पागल हो गया क्या?
health and education cess, add health and education cess, CESS.
Direct 4%.
Cess means another tax, name it cess, health and education cess, within bracket 4% on point number 20, 4% on point number 20. In 20 which items are there? Hoimi, tell me.
Sir, tax after marginal relief.
Beautiful. So we have to calculate 4% on the figure which is available on point number 20. So outer column again star mark. Then calculate total. Total also write star mark. This figure, this total name write point number 22, tax liability. Point number 22, tax liability.
21 পয়েন্টটা কি ছিল?
21 ছিল add health and education cess,
बस इक्वेशन प्लॉट करते लगे
ওটা ছিল 21 এ।
শ্রেয়া পরে যাবে।
ওকে, দেন 22 তে রেজাল্টটা লিখবো, যে মাইনাস করলাম না অ্যাড করলাম, অ্যাড করে যে রেজাল্টটা হলো তার নাম 22 দিয়ে লিখো ট্যাক্স লায়াবিলিটি। দেন নাম্বার 23 রাইট অ্যাড ইন্টারেস্ট oblique penalty etc, interest oblique penalty etc. Again outer column star mark, then total, for this total also put star mark. Then number 24 less
भाई साहब ये बंद कर।
Tax already paid.
ये सब क्या लिखा?
Less tax already paid. Within bracket TDS. The full form is tax deducted at source. TDS. Plus advance tax.
भाई साहब पूरा एक पेज खत्म कर दिया और जगह नहीं बचा।
Plus self assessment tax.
ये लिखा है
Self assessment tax. Bracket close. Again outer column star mark. Then outer column draw line. Then the result. Result also star mark. This result is called point number 25. The tax payable oblique refundable. Tax payable oblique refundable. And close the table. Close the table finally.
हाँ हाँ देखो
Then below write, after the table write tax rate for assessment year.
यहाँ पे देखो।
Tax rate for assessment year
हाँ बोला बे
21-22.
लाल कलर का है देखो।
Relating to previous year 2021.
मिला रुको relating to previous year 20
Underline. Then number 1. Write for individual.
ये सब लिखाने की क्या जरूरत
Below
है?
60 years of age. Below 60 years of age. Underline.
प्रैक्टिस भी हो रहा है ये भी बात।
Then in your notebook in the middle, write total income underline. Notebook middle, total income underline. And same line, right hand side, extreme right hand side, tax rate. Total income and tax rate. Now go to left hand side, write first rupees 2,50,000. This 2,50,000 you have to put below total income. First rupees 2,50,000. Tax rate column nil. NIL.
Sir, can you repeat once?
Yes. Rupees 2,50,000. First khatar baadi ke likhो left hand side hai. Again rupees 2,50,000 just below total income. The first rupees 2,50,000. Tax rate column right nil. NIL. Then below again write next rupees 2,50,000. Again below total income right 2,50,000. Next rupees 2,50,000. Tax rate 5%.
8%. Next.
So can you repeat the last second point?
And next rupees 2,50,000. Tax rate column 5%.
मिला
Again below next rupees 5 lakhs.
next rupees 5
Tax rate column 20%.
20% था 5 के बाद
Then
20%?
balance rupees.
हाँ sorry
Dot. Or star mark. Put some star mark. Balance some star mark. 2-3 star mark. Tax rate column 30%.
अच्छा वही है 5%।
What is the meaning of this tax rate? Suppose one person income is 12 lakhs. For example, say Mr. A whose income is 12 lakhs. If I ask you find out the tax, then what happened? For first 2,50,000, no need to pay any tax to the government. Next 2,50,000, how much percentage?
5%.
So 5% on 2,50,000 means how much?
5% on
5 lakh.
No, 5% on 2,50,000, how much?
12,500.
12,500.
ये तो
The next 5 lakhs. Next 5 lakhs, how much percentage of tax?
20%.
20% on 5 lakhs, how much?
1 lakh.
1 lakh.
1 lakh. And balance. If I ask you, our total income is 12 lakhs, then balance how much? First lakh 50, next 2 lakh 50, next 5 lakh, total 10 lakhs is gone. So remaining balance how much?
2,50,000.
2 lakhs. 2 lakhs. For 2 lakhs percentage how much?
30%.
30%.
30%. So 2 lakhs 30% how much?
60,000.
60,000.
In that manner, you have to calculate tax for any total income. For first 2 lakh 50, no need to pay any tax. For next 2 lakh 50, 5%. Next 5 lakhs 20%, and for the balance amount 30%. Right? Number 2, for senior citizen.
जल्दी करो.
For senior citizen whose age 60 years or more, 60 years or more at any time during the previous year.
80 years से
At
नीचे नहीं होना
any
चाहिए.
time during the previous year. But below 80 years. But below 80,
अच्छा, बड़े
but below 80 years.
during
The person
year
is to be treated as, he or she is to be treated as a senior citizen whose age is 60 years or more at any time during the previous year. Suppose Mr. B, our SSC, his age is 59 years and 7 months at the beginning of our previous year. On 1st April 20, our previous year is 2021, 1st April 20 to 31st March 21. Suppose Mr. B's age is 59 years 7 months as on 1st April 20. Now my question to Pankaj Rajab, whether Mr. B is a senior citizen or not?
12:30 আমি যাচ্ছি.
না স্যার।
আচ্ছা পঙ্কজ না বলেছে, নিশা টেল মি, নিশা whether Mr. B is a senior citizen or not?
कितना एज बोला है क्वेश्चन में?
पता नहीं. हो ना.
নিশা তো বোবা, কথা বলতে পারে না। নীরজ গুপ্তা টেল মি।
आज तुम क्वेश्चन नहीं लिखा क्या उसमें?
निशा don't attend from my next day from my in my class.
कहाँ से
After attendance you can left. Tell me Niraj.
Yes sir.
Tell me what is the answer of my question?
Sir actually I am outside of home sir.
তাহলে ক্লাসে অ্যাটেন্ড করেছো কেন? Left from the class. Tell me Nilay Paul.
Yes sir. Sir, can you repeat the question once more, sir?
কেন অনেকবার বলেছি? You can understand. তখন Mr. B's age is 59 years 7 months at the beginning of our previous year. Whether he is to be treated as a senior citizen or not.
No, sir.
59 years 7 months.
He is not a senior citizen. Nivedita, tell me. Nivedita, yes.
He is 7 months.
ওর এজ কত? 59 ইয়ার 7 মান্থ at the beginning of the previous year.
तब तो हो जाएगा.
My question, এই লোকটা সিনিয়র সিটিজেন বলবো কি বলবো না?
As a senior citizen, any time during the previous year. So.
আচ্ছা নিবেদিতা বলেছে he should be treated as a senior citizen. লাবণী tell me. লাবণী সাধু খান.
হ্যাঁ স্যার, সিনিয়র সিটিজেন।
Senior citizen. কাবেরী tell me.
नहीं होगा, फर्स्ट अप्रैल से
करना.
Sir, senior citizen because at any time.
Yes, this is the right answer. Yes. So many students are correct. So the law is stated that his age should not be only at the beginning of the year 60 year. He or her age, if covered 60 year at any time during the previous year. So at the beginning of the year, his age is 59 years 7 months. So after 5 months, there is a happy birthday. আমরা কেক খেতে যাব, তাই না? তাহলে 5 মাস পরে তো 60 years cover করে যাবে। Even he or she covers his age 60 at the end of the previous year, the last day of the previous year, although he is to be treated as a senior citizen. Understand? Pankaj?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
তাহলে বছরে যে কোনো দিনে যদি 60 বছর পূর্ণ হয়ে যায় তাহলে তাকে সিনিয়র সিটিজেন। সিনিয়র সিটিজেনের ট্যাক্স রেটে একটু ছাড় রয়েছে। So again follow underline below right total income and tax rate. Total income and same as the previous one. Total income and tax rate. Then left hand side first rupees 3 lakh কোথায় রাস্তায় ঘুরে বেড়াচ্ছে, বাসে ট্রেনে আছে, দিয়ে ক্লাসে জয়েন করে, এই তো লেখাপড়া হচ্ছে। আউটসাইড দ্য হোম। Why you are outside the home? In the class time? আমি আউটসাইড দ্য হোম থাকবো, বাজারে থাকবো ক্লাস নেওয়ার সময়? বোকার হদ্দসল ছেলে মেয়ে। The total income tax rate, then write first rupees 3 lakhs. এই অনলাইনে পড়াশোনা হচ্ছে। First rupees 3 lakhs tax rate nil. There's some relaxation is there for 50,000 for senior. First 3 lakhs, no tax rate, no tax, nil. The next rupees 2 lakhs.
कैमरा ऑन किया था, बंद कर दिया उसके बाद.
5%.
बोला कि देख के 10 जाएगा।
ए नेक्स्ट 2 लाख या 2 लाख 50.
अरे नेक्स्ट 2
The
लाख
next 5 lakhs. নিশা পালিয়ে গেছে, বকা দিয়েছি পালিয়ে গেছে, যাও পালিয়ে যাও, দরকার নেই আমার স্টুডেন্ট। যে পড়তে চায় না তাকে পড়ানো যায়? পৌলিমা বলো, পৌলিমা
না না স্যার,
কেউ পড়তে না চাইলে জোর করে পড়ানো যায়?
না স্যার পড়ানো যায় না।
যায় না? কেউ গান গান করতে চায় না, বাবা জোর করে তাকে সিঙ্গার করতে পারবে? বলো।
না স্যার, সামনে থাকলে তো
কেউ
করা যেতে পারে, কিন্তু দূর থেকে কিছু করা যায় না।
কেউ খেলতে চায় না, খেলাধুলা করতে চায় না, বাবা তাকে ক্রিকেটার বানাতে পারবে? কোনোদিন পারবে না। নিজের ইচ্ছে থাকতে হবে লেখাপড়া, নাহলে জোর করে পড়ানো যায় না। আমি জোর করে পড়াতেও পছন্দ করি না। পৌলিমা পড়ে, তাই পৌলিমাকে পড়াতে ভালোবাসি। যে পড়ে না তাকে কি করে পড়াবো? আমি যে পড়ে না তাকে পড়াতে পারি না। ইয়েস অর নট, নিবেদিতা টেল মি, ঠিক বললাম না ভুল বললাম?
Yes, sir.
আমি জোর করে পড়াতে পারি, আমি জোর করে পড়ানোর এগেনস্টে। জোর করে কিছু হয় না। 3 ইডিয়ট সিনেমা দেখেছে?
एक जोर करके
निवेदिता?
अलावा जोर
3 इडियट सिनेमा
হ্যালো নিবেদিতা,
কোন movie?
3 ইডিয়টস ফিল্ম, 3 ইডিয়টস
Yes, sir.
यस सर वन
ভালো লাগে না?
Yes, sir.
তাতে কি বলেছে? লেখাপড়া করতে না বলেছে, বলেছে যেটা ভালোবাসো সেটা করো, তাই না? যে পড়াশোনা ভালোবাসে সে পড়াশোনা করবে, যে খেলাধুলা ভালোবাসে খেলাধুলা করবে, গান বাজনা যে ভালোবাসে গান বাজনা করবে। জোর করে কিছু হয় না, আমি জোর করে পড়ানোর এগেনস্টে। ওকে, ফরগেট দিস। সো ফার্স্ট 3 lakhs tax rate nil, next 2 lakhs 5%, next 5 lakhs 20%, next 5 lakhs 20%, and for balance amount, balance ... 30%. Then number 3, for super senior citizen, for super senior citizen
हाँ हो सकता है, क्यों नहीं हो?
whose age 80 years, 80, or more at any time during the previous year. For super senior citizen whose age 80 years, 80 years or more at any time during the previous year.